So as you saw with the title and thumbnail, finally got a buck down. Felt really good. It's been a long time coming. I'll kind of share that story a little bit, but when I shot that deer, that was the first time in 15 years I had shot at a buck, and my first buck ever, so I'd put in the time for it, that's for sure. It all started back 15 years ago, my first deer hunting. I got into it. My dad was helping me out. Got trail cam set up, got pictures of this decent little 8-pointer. And actually, I think it was my first couple sits ever, second or third sit ever. And I threw a little doe urine on my feet, walked up to the stand, and that thing was in rut. Smelt that and came busting through the woods. I had a single shot 30-30, and at about 30 yards, open sight, standing up. I had to turn behind me, stand up, and freestand and completely missed. So that was heartbreaking for me because I had so many pictures of that deer. Probably show you some of those, and ended up finding that shed. And I ended up finding that shed that spring. So I still have that, I think. But yeah, then other than that, hockey became my next love, and I didn't deer hunt as much. It took me down south and out east, and I actually did bow hunt out in Connecticut. I had a little piece of private I could hunt, like 5 acres out there for 4 years when I went to college. Never saw a deer out there. So then I came back, and I've been working hard ever since I graduated and came back, and I finally got done this year. So yeah, I thought I'd just give a little insight to the story because I've worked hard. I've put in lots of hours, lots of sits, and finally paid off the one time I was least expecting it, as you'll kind of see in this video.
That was cool. I'm guessing some bucks sparred here. As I came to this trail, no one really uses this. And I noticed all this cut down. I'm like, someone been turning a wheeler around here. No, there's tracks everywhere. And a buck broke off its piece of its antler fighting another buck would be my guess. They had a little duel right here. You can see all the footprints everywhere.
So I just brought a launcher out with me the next day, kind of set it up on the where I saw most of the deer sign from where those bucks were fighting, probably 100 yards away, and set it up. Thought I had two shooting lanes, one to my right, one to my left. Not really much, so I wasn't really hoping for anything, but I knew I just had to change it up a little bit because I'd been sitting in my stand and not seeing anything all year. So I'd actually been sitting in 4 different stands and hadn't had any luck or seen any sign all year. So this was just on a whim. Like I said, I found the spot those bucks were fighting and sat down and, you know, and then as soon as I did, within 30 minutes, it was over in a blink of an eye. So that's the funny thing. I think it lasted less than 1 or 2 seconds from when I saw the deer and pulled the trigger. So, yeah, I was a little, I don't know if I wasn't necessarily in shock, but I was way calmer than I thought I was going to be after I pulled that trigger. I don't think if it didn't really sink in until I saw blood that I had hit that animal, but thinking back on it now, I definitely knew when that deer came right in front of me and was hobbling and crashed about 10 seconds later. I knew I hit it, so here, we'll take you to the blood trail.
Alright, we found blood. Show us, Ron. That looks like some decent blood, doesn't it? Come back on it, Ron. Follow me. Alright, that's a good sign. What is that? It's pretty red. Dark blood, Ron. That's good, isn't it? Alright. That's him right there. That's him right there. That's him dead right there, Ron. That's him dead right there, Ron. That's him dead right there, Ron.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
Oh my God. That's him dead right there.
This is blood.
He's right there. That's him dead right there, Ron. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Here's your first buck.
Oh, money, Ron. Let's go, dude.
Oh, you put a good shot on.
I put a great shot on him.
That's a nice deer.
Thanks.
This is the one that broke off.
Oh my God.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is right there.
No, that isn't broken.
Oh, it's not the one that was fighting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pointer, almost done. Okay, we're
Oh, that's awesome. It's been a freaking tough year. Me and Ron haven't even seen a deer yet. The first deer that came out. Awesome.
okay, we hit him much better now.
No, I put it in a good spot.
Are we taking photos or what are we doing?
Can you just let me have a moment?
And then the only other thing I wanted to mention and touch base on is the sad reality of the North Woods, the Arrowhead of Minnesota. If you get away from people and go out in the middle of nowhere, there is just no deer to be found. It's not like I haven't shot a buck because I put in time. I haven't shot a buck, I really think, because there isn't much from where I hunt. So there's wolves all over, and they're the problem. So the first couple of days of rifle season, there was quite a bit of tracking snow. So I ran for the first 2-3 days. I didn't sit in a deer stand, just looked for any sign I could find. And in 2 days of running around the woods straight, I found one deer tracks with wolf tracks right on top of it. And it was a small deer. And so there's just not many deer, and the deer that are there are getting pressured every day, or not every day, but every month at least. And I did run into a bunch of moose tracks, which was cool too. That moose was running all over. I saw his scat all over, saw his bedding area.
Big boy slept here one night.
that's the other thing to worry about. If we're worried about the moose population in Minnesota, if the wolves eat all the deer, the next thing they're going to have to go to is the moose. So, I don't know. Something has to be done. I know there's a bunch of conservation agencies for the wolves, and I just like them to go into the Northwoods like me and some other people do, as much time as we spent in there, and just realize that they're negatively impacting this area. And I'm not saying I don't want wolves. I think they were one of my favorite animals growing up, but they need to be managed just like any other species. I think the sad reality is nothing will get done, and until something serious happens, like a little kid gets killed, or they're already killing lots of pets. So I just hope it doesn't come to that, but unfortunately that's where I see it going, because they're running out of food in the woods, so they're gonna have to push closer and closer to people. I mean, they're taking farmers livestock all the time, so pretty soon it'll be people, and we're gonna have bigger problems near cities. And personally, I could never even shoot a wolf. I could never even shoot a coyote either. I think they're too dog-like, and I respect the animals too much, but that's not saying I don't think there should be a hunting season. So that was just my two thoughts. And if you're hunting in the middle of the woods in the Arrowhead, I feel you, because we had a bunch of guys at our deer shack this year and no one saw a deer. So thanks for watching the video, and expect some bird hunts later on, and hopefully the ice comes here and the hard water begins. So appreciate it.